Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the middleweight bout between Cannonier versus Kelvin Gastelum. And how I see this one right here is, so let's look at the stats first. First off, Cannonier is 38 years old, which is pretty significant, but all that being said, I'm not going to factor in too much at this point because it's not like he's looking 38 out there. He's looking better and better every single fight, improving every single fight. And it's like, he might be up there in age as far as MMA wise. He's still a young man in MMA. He still has a lot to learn, and he's learning at a pretty fast rate. And literally, like heavyweight, we saw like one side of him. Light heavyweight, he was a much better fighter at light heavyweight. Then middleweight, he became a factor. And even at middleweight, every single fight getting better. Even though he lost to Robert Whittaker, still put up a great fight against Robert Whittaker in a losing effort. But that's a guy you fought a world champion. You fought a former world champion. So nothing really to hold your head low about. But come back like he did in every single fight and get better and better every single fight. Up there in age, but as far as experience, very young in the game, kid in the game, trying to absorb as much knowledge as he can. So all kudos to him. But now let's look at stats. So 38 versus 29. Gastelum has the youth advantage. Reach. Cannonier will have a 6-inch reach advantage. We'll have a 2-inch height advantage, 6-inch reach advantage. Striking, he lands a little bit more strikes per round, maybe like 0.32% more strikes. Not a whole lot, but lands more per round. Or yeah, no, not per round, per minute. And then also, what's another thing? He has lands more. He's more accurate. I think 52% to like 42% or something. Let me see. Yeah, 52 to 42%. Strikes absorb a little bit less. Defense about 10% more accurate. I mean, 10% more better defense, but that's all besides the point to an extent. And also, let me say another thing. I feel like Kelvin Gastelum will be the more well-rounded fighter, and has been the more well-rounded fighter. Cannonier does not really look to offensively use wrestling or grappling. I know it's in his wheelhouse, but he's not a guy that's going to really look to use his grappling too much. So it's not really something to be really looking for, especially not in this fight. Maybe defensively, maybe if it's there, but not going to look too heavy. Maybe if guys try to go for an ugly takedown or a poor takedown, maybe a reverse position, try to land some ground and pound. Does have heavy ground and pound. But as far as takedown defense, I think the most significant thing about takedown defense in this fight is on Cannonier's side. Yes, his takedown defense, let me scroll down and look real quick. His takedown defense might be 54% overall throughout his career or throughout his UFC career, but at middleweight, it's 78%. I went back and did the math for it's getting better and better every single fight. And even you can see in the fight, even not even looking at stats. Sometimes stats are cool and all, sometimes, but they literally in most cases they don't say everything. So even just looking at him in these fights, his grappling awareness, his positional intelligence, his fight IQ, grappling IQ is getting much better. And so it's not as big a hole. And also you gotta look back when he was fighting at light heavyweight, he's fighting these bigger dudes. A lot of them had, not a lot of them, but let me see, Glover Sherwood was a larger light heavyweight with a black belt in BJJ, competed in competitions at a world-class level. You got Blackwoods, larger light heavyweight, or maybe a middle to larger light heavyweight, but with experience and the wealth of experience, but these more bigger, savvy guys that don't have, now in middleweight, he's not dealing with those same size, he's not dealing with those same limbs. So a lot of, I think it's a factor into why it's improving also on top of he's getting better with each fight. So at middleweight, it's at 78%. So his takedown offense is real solid. And I don't think Kelvin Gastelum is at the level where he can find, the most success or significant success with his wrestling against Cannonier. First off, being smaller. Second off, Cannonier being stronger. And then Gastelum himself not really being, necessarily a standout wrestler or, really a great chain wrestler or a high-level wrestler by, UFC higher caliber standards. To the degree I feel like he will be able to put on a good wrestling attempt that will allow him to find significant success. Maybe he might score one takedown, but I don't really see him getting control time unless it comes by, following hurting Cannonier. And even then, we had Whittaker just hit him with a 5-piece combo, really a 3-4 piece combo, and still was able to recover and get back to his feet. But I'm just predicting extending a little bit longer. But to get to the point with this prediction, I feel like Cannonier should be able to keep this on the feet. He will have the height, he'll have the reach. Gastelum will have the speed. I think he'll have the better footwork, faster hands. But I like Cannonier's defense. And I also feel like there's more reads on Gastelum's side. I feel like there's much more reads. He's always sticking out his lead hand a lot before he does a combination or he does a shot. It's a nice setup, but at a while it becomes a read for your opponent. And then a lot of times when he comes in, he dips in his head. So I feel like the uppercut will be there. Also feel like he don't have the jab that Whittaker has or the footwork that Whittaker has. Doesn't have the arsenal. He doesn't mix it up. He does have decent kicks. But most times with his kicks, it's not really powerful kicks. It's just touching you kicks. Like I said, a lot of his stuff just set up. Really, most of the danger comes from his hand. Like he did catch Adesanya one time with a head kick. I think he caught someone else with a head kick. He caught not Rory McDonald, but that one wrestler guy. I'm forgetting Hammerhead. I'm forgetting his name though. But he caught him with a head kick. Then I think he got him with a rear naked choke. But I'm forgetting the guy's name like a mug right now. But either way, it was that. Oh, Rick Story. Yeah. But either way, I just feel like Cannonier has less reads, a little bit sharper with his defense. Statistics, like from watching him, I see it from stats, prove it and back it. And I feel like he'll be able to catch Gastelum. You know, when Gastelum is kind of falling into his patterns, dipping down. I'm not saying he'll stop him on the first time he catches him in his pattern, but I think he'll be able to catch him consistently in the fight, be sharper on defense, be able to catch more shots. I think Gastelum will throw more, but I think Cannonier defense will be sharper, be able to catch him more. And Gastelum's hands naturally be a little bit lower. He'll be able to catch him on the end of his combinations, end of his punches. Stick his jab out, maybe not the better jab, but he'll be more effective with his jab. I think Gastelum's jab is better, clearly better, but I think Cannonier's defense is better. In defenses, we always win championships, but he does got the power to back that defense as well. But I think in this case, he'll be able to catch Gastelum in his punches, land some leg kicks on Gastelum, just be cleaner defensively, and then that's going to be the ending. Two people with solid chins, explosive power, bombs in both hands, heavy-handed fighters, knockout power, knockout kings. But the person with the better defense, more accurate, more composed, to land the better shots within the chaos or within the bomb fight, within the explosive fight between the heavy-handed fighters. And I think that's going to be Cannonier. I think eventually he's going to be able to catch Gastelum a couple times in the fight, maybe drop him like maybe early on in the second, not early, like mid part of second round. Then I think in third rounds, able to catch him with the same shot or a similar shot. Matter of fact, I don't think it's going to be like an uppercut maybe in the third round. We start having Gastelum, kind of trying to mix it up and go for the wrestling or give him a different look. Time that takedown or time that level change, catch him with an uppercut, drop him, finish off with ground and pound in that third round. So in this fight, I got Jared Cannonier via third round TKO.